On the 7th of October 2023, Israel tumbled into utter chaos. Gunmen came to its soil from all directions, air, sea and land. They shot at civilians, took hostages and forced families to barricade themselves indoors. A music festival turned killing field. Hamas launched an unprecedented and highly coordinated terror attack on Israel. October 7 wasn't just another day, it shattered Israel and shook the world. Now, nearly 2 years later, some of the hostages are still missing. Gaza is in ruins. The war rages on. What really happened on October 7? When will the remaining hostages return? What about Gaza's humanitarian nightmare? And is peace even possible anymore? From hostage squares in Tel Aviv and burnt-out homes near the Gaza border to the survivors who played dead to stay alive, we bring you a ground report from Israel, told through the voices of those who witnessed the October 7 attack. This is the Israel-Gaza story as seen from the ground. Thousands gathered under the stars for music, for joy, in peace. But what unfolded next was the darkest morning in modern Israeli memory.
I'm here at the memorial for the Nova Music Festival. This was the location of the worst of the massacres that took place on 7th of October 2023, and you can see around me a makeshift memorial, pictures of many of the people who were killed by the Hamas. And remember, almost over 300 people were killed, slaughtered of the 3,000 people who had gathered here.
I think what the world have to understand that is not against people, is against a group of monsters. It's not about land, it's not about religion. And that day we come only to have fun, to love. And we was here more than 3,000 people that only come to have fun and be together. And that day I have luck. I survived with a miracle. My friend Yochai, you can see here, and my friend Danielle there. They didn't succeed to survive. They killed them both.
On October 7, 2023, at dawn, as the sun rose over southern Israel, Hamas launched a coordinated attack. One of the first targets was the Nova Music Festival near Kibbutz Re'im. What began as a music festival with thousands of attendees became a massacre, leaving hundreds of people dead. Mazal was one of the lucky few. She lived. Hundreds did not.
And we're trying to hide on the bushes. After we escape from the bullet that we get on the road, it hide behind the cars and like that. And when we reach to that bushes, the terrorists get us, me and my friends. And I get the back of the weapon to my head. And my friend, the boss, was killed.
So on 7th of October at 6:29 a.m., there was a barrage of missiles that came on the south part of Israel. And we had here about 3,000 people who were celebrating in this festival. During this time, a barrage of missiles just came and people had to flee, run away. And it was lots of commotion because this is a party, so they didn't really understand in the beginning what was happening.
Across the border region, entire communities were overrun, kibbutzim destroyed, families taken hostage, and even children abducted. In the hours that followed, Israel reeled from the scale, from the brutality and the speed. At kibbutz Nir Oz alone, a quarter of its population was either killed or kidnapped, and this was just one of many sites attacked.
I'm at a location where all the cars where the killing took place have been kept. You can see that there are memorabilia kept as well. The pictures of the people who died in the attack as well. Many of these cars have the broken windows, and this is primarily because of the bullets. As you can see, the bullet holes, you can see the damage that has been done as well, and you can see pictures also being put in front of these vehicles that came under the attack and where the innocent Israeli nationals were killed.
In total, around 1,200 people were killed on October 7, while around 250 hostages were taken to the Gaza Strip.
Israel really place of love and acceptance and together, and the people in Gaza suffering only because their leadership, and if they don't want to see me dead all the time, we was together a long time, so we need to arrest them, all the Hamas, give them good leadership to the Palestinians.
But it is not just in Israel that people are suffering as a consequence of this war. More than 61,000 people have died, killed in Israeli assault. These figures are as per Hamas-controlled Gaza authorities.
It pains me a lot to see the suffering in Gaza. I'm a man of peace. I'm involved in many Israeli-Palestinian collaborations in order to build peace. And it hurts me to see so much human suffering. But when Hamas staged October 7th, they knew there would be consequences.
Hospitals have turned into rubble. Children are suffering from hunger. Their bodies are frail, bellies swollen. Malnutrition has become a silent killer. Gaza is fighting a new battle for food and water.
I'm only afraid of one thing, losing my daughter. She keeps saying, "Forgive me, Mom," and I fear each breath may be her last. All I pray for is to see her healthy again, the way she used to be.
I lost a 5-year-old son. His name is Naeem Ibrahim al-Najjar. He died in Kamal Adwan Hospital from malnutrition and hunger.
According to the UN, the worst-case scenario of famine is currently playing out in Gaza. Some Palestinians say they survive on stale, brittle pita, cans of beans eaten cold for lack of cooking gas, or whatever they can obtain on the days when they arrive early enough for meals to remain available at charity kitchens.
Raw beans, I begged from people. There is no food or drink. We only drink water. No one takes pity on us.
This gruesome war that began in Gaza almost 2 years ago has caused widespread casualties and destruction, and a failed ceasefire between Israel and Hamas has made the situation worse. The suffering of Gazans has sparked outrage. Israel has been facing growing international pressure to end the war. Back home, the relatives of remaining hostages continue to assemble at this square in Tel Aviv to honor the hostages and victims, and most importantly, to demand action.
I'm here in Tel Aviv. I'm here at the Hostage Square that was formed after the October 7 terror attack. This has become the biggest civil movement here in Israel. This is basically to show that the people of Israel awaits the arrival of the hostages. With me is a tour guide, Mark, to talk to us about the importance of this hostage square and as to why people gather here. How do the family members come here and perhaps form this pressure also to make sure that there is an early release?
Many of the family members are coming here, again, as you say, to make sure that they are not forgotten. Most of the family members are going to meet members of the government, members of other governments everywhere in the world. The Hamas released pictures of two of the hostages, which are still alive, but they seem like they are going to die in a few days. One of them just couldn't even sit down. The other one was speaking about how he's really, really starving. And they came here to ask the government, please, you have to do your best to release them. And many of the family members came here and they were talking.
There are several areas that have been set up, including this makeshift tunnel. This tunnel basically depicts the location where the hostages have been taken. And let's go inside. So this is to give a view as to how things are in a tunnel. This is how the hostages are kept in the locations in Gaza. That is the view from inside the tunnel. Let's go to other locations.
But it's not just Tel Aviv. In the south, kibbutz Nir Oz remains nearly abandoned.
I'm here at Nir Oz. This was the site of the worst of the terror attacks that took place on 7th of October. And there is an eerie silence here on the ground. This is the place where the Bibas family used to live, and they became the face of the terror attack, the victims of the terror attack. They were one of the youngest victims of the terror attack, and they were taken to Gaza by the Hamas. There are other locations here as well where families used to come and of course stay, but today there's almost no one here. The plan is to rebuild this location, and the plans of course to pay homage here, and as we spoke to many people here, plans are for a memorial to be built as well. But this place clearly has become the face of the tragedy. What's the status like? Where are the other people right now? Because I see a very empty kibbutz.
So this kibbutz had 470 members before the 7th of October, and in the 7th of October, 117 were either or abducted or murdered. We have 64 people murdered here in the kibbutz. We are talking about 28% of the people that were either or abducted or murdered, and it's a community that just now it's totally evacuated. Just 7 people are living here. Formally, we're right now 1 mile from the Gaza Strip, 1.6 kilometers.
I see a ruined community, and it's kept like as if the attack took place just yesterday.
Some of the people are don't wanting to come back. You know, we have the hope to come back. You know, and to continue to reconstruct. This is part of our culture. This is part of our way of living life.
Protests across Israel are growing to end the war. Demonstrators have raised concerns against Benjamin Netanyahu's order to take full control of Gaza.
Netanyahu, put aside your political considerations, put aside your personal interests, move forward with a deal, and an end to the war.
Hamas can finish the war in 5 minutes. They just need to put down the arms, the weapon, and to bring back to release our hostages.
I believe that the current Israeli government does not want to end the war at this stage, and you can't release the hostages without ending the war. So that's our main message now. End the war, release all the hostages.
According to reports, both Israel and Hamas have laid out completely different visions for how they want this war to end, while mediators, including the United States, Qatar and Egypt, struggle to resolve the issue. The situation in Gaza continues to deteriorate. The images are heart-wrenching. The calls for Israel to halt its assault and allow much-needed food to the hungry Gazans is rising.
It is terrible famine. People who do not die because of the war die because of hunger. There is no food for people. People are tired.
It is a big crisis, whether it is clean water or salty water, especially in the summer when most of our people's needs are water, and we suffer from it greatly every day. God help us.
There's no food. People are dying of starvation. Since yesterday afternoon till now, I haven't eaten anything.
The 7th of October terror attacks by Hamas in Israel changed the geopolitics of the region. In the aftermath of the attacks, we saw a strong retaliation measure by Israel into Gaza, and the humanitarian situation remains dire. It has been a cause of concern globally, and we know that now countries like France, UK, Canada have been saying that they're going to recognize the state of Palestine in the month of September, something that Israel, of course, has taken note of. With video journalist Neeraj Patel, Siddhant, Sibbal for WION in Tel Aviv, Israel.